And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today I'm going to be taking a look at some Spot It games. Now I've already reviewed the original game Spot It, but today I'm taking a look at three of them. I'm putting them together because essentially they're the same thing and there's rule sets match all of them. But we have Spot It Basic English that we'll be taking a look at, and then Spot It Animals, this is the junior version of Spot It, and then I have Spot It Major League Baseball. Rock on, that's great. I know there's a NHL version out there somewhere, but baseball is the best sport of all time, so it's good to see a Spot It version for that. All right, let's take a look at these games and how they work. So here's the three different Spot It's. We have Spot It Junior, here we have the Spot It Basic English, and then here we have the Major League Baseball Spot It, in case you couldn't tell that. Now each of these cards, and you'll see here that they have different pictures on them, and in the middle this one actually has words on it. Now, as we look at each of these here, what you want to do is from the same set, the basic concept is this. If you look at these two cards here, there's going to be something that's the same on both of them. There's one picture that's the same, and in this case it's the hat. See, hat and hat. If I turn this card here, there's going to be one thing that's the same on both of these. It could be hat again, but in this instance it's the sign for the Indians. And then I can turn it over again and compare these two. And here we have the Kansas City Royals symbol is the same. The size of the symbol doesn't really matter. Twins. It's more along the lines of the exact shape and what size. Here we have the A's and the A's, the athletics symbol. Okay? And so here, though, it's a little different on the middle one. The junior one is the same way. You can see here you have chick and chick. And then here we have, okay, I'm not seeing a combo here. Duck and duck. Boy, I was pretty slow on that one. Here, though, words can match what the picture is. So, for example, I'm looking for something that's the same on both of these, and it's the word ring and the picture ring. And so this one is tougher, but this one is really going to encourage reading amongst people. And so all three of these are the same, and in the rules, there's rules for a few different games. The games are, and let me move, we'll use the Major League Baseball since that's the most awesome one here. You can have a simple one where you just put out two cards and everybody says, ooh, and A's, found it, and then you get to keep one of the cards, okay? Another thing you can do is everyone puts a card out in their hand, and as soon as you see a match with somebody else, you have the card in your hand. I say, oh, and I have with that guy. And then this person here, everyone else is looking around to see what matches they have. And as soon as they find a match, they can put that card in someone else's hand, and then whoever takes all the cards has to take them, and you don't want all the cards in that case. Or you can put them out in a grid, and then you're just looking for any matches that you can find on different cards. And there's just different ways to play, and in fact the baseball one has a whole tournament system set up. But that's how you play, basically. There's just different ways to play where you can stack up the cards and you're trying to get rid of them by finding matches, or you're trying to get cards by finding matches. But essentially the principle works the same, and it's really neat because every card matches every other card in one and only one item. I like the system of Spot It, and so how does this work? Major League Baseball is an interesting Spot It mix-up. I wouldn't think that baseball fans were the kind of people who would like this. I mean, I'm a baseball fan, kind of. And I think it's a neat thing. This is a gift that you give someone who likes baseball, and you know you're giving them a pretty decent game. Spot It Junior is easier because there's fewer images on the cards themselves. Each card has 6 pictures on it, rather than the 8 that the other two sets have. Spot It Basic English is the most difficult one of the set because you're matching words with pictures, but it can have some really good educational value, or just be, for adults this Basic English one is trickier because you're not looking for pictures, you're matching pictures maybe with picture, or pictures with words, and that brings a whole new dimension to it. Either way, the basic Spot It game was very fun, and these are nice variations on that same theme, so I'm sure that you'll see dozens and dozens of Spot Its. I know that there's more than just these 3 out there, so you can pick the one that's most interesting to you, but either way, if you buy a Spot It game, I think you're doing pretty good.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!
That's right. Shut it.
There.